Oh, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Phil John's VIP. Thank you for joining me. I'm here with my Eve Plum Mub from EveGoods.tv. Eve, please come and do my show. I'd love to have you on and chat with you about what's going on and all things Brady if you up to it. Shout out to Eve Plum, man. Definitely. I'm gonna keep my water in because I've been under the weather. Thank God no COVID, but I've been under the weather, so I just wanted to have my water by. I wanted to have my little medicine by so that I won't be coughing and going crazy and stuff like that during my live. But let me take a sip real quick. All right, here we go. So tonight is going to be pretty dope because I have some family coming by. I'm going to say that, family. Most of you know them as River Red Casting. River Red Casting has been around for a long time, and it's been my roots. It's where I first learned the ropes of casting. I remember being a young actor working for Paul Michaels, the network, back in the day, and there were two casting directors in particular who I wanted just to learn the process. One was Angela Montalbano. She was a commercial casting director. And another one was Serena Rosario-Stanley. That was part of TEC casting at the time, working under the leadership of Tuffy Questell. And tonight I get to have not one, not two, but all three. So my man Terence Stanley, Serena's husband, who is now the king of casting because he is really steering the ship in the direction and just taking everything to the next level. I have Serena Rosario-Stanley on the line. She'll be here, and hopefully Brother Tuffy will be making just a quick peek in. So hopefully, and this is my first time, so it's a number of firsts. It's my first time having a casting office on my show, but it's also the first time that I'm going to be having multiple people on my show. So let's just see how this works out because I'm not sure how it's going to work out. So okay, let me see. Yes. So Serena, let me get Terence because if I get Serena before Terence, I don't know. Terence might be mad at me, but let me see. Oh, view request. Oh, they both here. So I got them all at the same time. Here we go. I hope I did that right. Hold up. Did I get Serena? T! Did I get Serena?
What's up, bro?
Did I get Serena, man? Hold on. If I didn't... Wait, where's Serena? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Ah, got it. I don't want to make her mad. Let me see if she's going to come on. Let's see if it's work. This is my first time I'm having like multiple people on. So is she on?
I think so.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. She should be on.
Hold up.
She said she re-requested.
She re-requested it. All right, let me see. Why isn't she coming on? I should have had a test run. Is unable to join. Why is she unable to join? Oh, there she is. Woo!
Here I am.
Listen, I'm telling you, I got this under trial and error. Man.
You got it under error and
I'm
then
excited.
trial and then error again.
Listen. I'm excited. This is my first multiple session. I'm excited that you guys are here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I just wanted to start off because a lot of people don't know the history, and I think that with this particular casting office, there was a transformation that has happened. It started as one thing, but then it kind of just like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It just kind of blossomed into something really good and beautiful now. And I just wanted to know how it all came about. Where did it all start? Where did it begin?
Am I taking that? I'll take that. So
Yeah.
it started with Tuffy, whose sister got him into the business. And then I went to high school with Tuffy, with a couple of people that I see in here, or at least one in here. And then I bumped into him at a
And that
party.
was the School of the Performing Arts, correct?
That was LaGuardia High School of Music and the Arts.
Yes.
The famed school, yes. He went to music and art, the old, anyway, too much information. So anyway, long story short, I bumped into him at a party. The person that was working with him went on vacation. He said, "Hey, what are you doing next week? Can you help?" I was like, "Sure." And I never left. And then I did that with him for about 10 or 11 years, met Terence, who had never done casting. He used to come pick me up from the office and help us open mail. And he was like, "This is kind of fun. This is cool." And so, of course, we put him to work. And now him and Tuffy are partners, and I am the assistant. I'm the help. So that's how that all worked out.
Yeah. That's the really short version.
See her. That's what I'm saying. We just don't see her. She's like Charlie, and
Exactly.
An angel. You know how you never see Charlie, right?
Exactly.
Whatever.
But yeah, we after some years of not doing any casting, when Tuffy was actually doing more acting, like we would be watching something on TV, and I would be like, babe, like this person could be this person's brother, or this person could play this person's sister in something. And after a while, she was like, you actually really have an eye for casting. Like, you should think about doing this, because I was a stay-at-home dad at the time. When our son was first born, and she was like, you could do this basically from home. And we really thought hard about it. And then we also wanted to, let Tuffy know, because we wasn't going to start something while Tuffy still had TEC casting, even though he was acting. So we was like, we don't want to step on any toes, even though Serena was like, he'll be fine. He's all right with it. And I'm like, nah, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know him that well, at that time. I'm like, what I mean?
But I did.
Exactly. I was like, I just wanted to, cover all bases. So we asked him, and he obviously was cool with it, and we started River Red Casting, and, the rest is history.
And
we're still making history.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're still making history. You started out doing, the office has taken on multiple different projects, and there's not one particular thing that I know. There's some casting offices that strictly do commercials. There's some that strictly do background. There's some that just handle principal characters.
Yeah.
You guys have managed to kind of do a little bit of everything. How is that possible? And how would you say that this office is different from the rest?
So
it's possible because we have Serena.
It's possible because we all have each other. So we all have different levels of relationships. We all have different relationships with different people.
Right.
And we all come from different walks of life. So we bring different experiences with us. So on every project, one of us is like the lead, or one of us is that person that does all the talking and does all the whatever, right? So I think that's what makes it possible for us to be able to do so many different things, because we all have different talents and different skill sets.
Right.
I think what differentiates us is the fact that we work so closely together, and we are a family, right? So if Tuffy comes in and says, "I got this project," and we got a project, it's just that simple, right?
Yeah.
You have worked with us, and we'd be like, "Phil."
I was going to say, let me stop acting like I'm Oprah and just be honest about
Listen, it's a thing.
It is true. And I
You've
just
been to my
I don't wanna
parents'
do all
house,
the talk, 'cause
Phil.
I can
So
talk.
it's family.
Yeah.
You that's how we roll, right? So I think that's what differentiates us, because I think people see that we don't just care about each other, but we care about the people that work with us, right? So the Hallmark film, shout out Sugar Plum Twist, debuts tonight on Hallmark Movies Now. So I gotta go at 8:50, just so you know. No, I'm joking.
Oh, no. Terence, I got you.
But on that one, it's a Hallmark movie, and I'm a huge Hallmark fan. Like I can't even tell you, right? So when that came through, we hired a lot of people from New York, because we're New York based, and that was shooting up in deep in Connecticut. And at the end of that, the executive producer emailed and said, it really says something about you guys that y'all were able to get people to come up from New York. It was a solid 2-hour drive, solid. And people would do that for us, because they know that we look out when we can. We look out for our people, right? We don't just feel like, oh, they background, they just this, they just that. There's no just about it. If you work with us and we feel like you are there to do your job, and you show up for us, we're gonna show up for you. So I think that's what New London. That's right. So I think that's what really separates us, because I don't think that a lot of our colleagues can say that.
Yeah, and we also go to bat for our background actors when we're casting background actors. And there are some sets, unfortunately, like background actors get treated badly on. We go to bat for them just as hard as we'll hold them accountable for mistakes that they make. And actors, I've gotten a lot of feedback from actors saying that they love that about us, and that not a lot of people really do that for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go to set for somebody.
And
You know
please,
what I mean?
and please allow me to add that this is one casting office who, unlike many other, that if you come and you work a background project and you develop a relationship, and we already know your skill, well, not me, but them, they already know your skill set. It's a high probability that if something comes down that is a principal role, they're gonna call you in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That don't happen everywhere. So
That's true.
you never know what project is going to land in somebody's lap. You never know. So that's why I always believe in giving the person the best experience of who you are.
I have a list.
Yeah.
When people show up and people handle their business, trust me when I tell you, my team will vouch for it. I have a list. I always make note of people who do great and people that do bad things to us.
And I mean,
Markeith is killing me in the comments,
because I don't want to overtalk y'all. I want y'all to have your moment.
No, it's all good.
There's so many instances that I have, or so many memories that I have working with you all that I continue to share. I was on a live with Julian Quinones. I was just telling him about that whole experience with and how I effed up. And then I was like, and then it just, but you never know, the universe has a way of aligning itself. And also there have been moments where, I've showed up with a stomach virus, and I had some Mylanta in one pocket and a book of matches in the other. For those who've been locked up, y'all know what the matches are.
Yeah.
But I stuck it out. I think we were doing Run at that time. So
wow.
So for me, I remember, and there were times when I was working with River Red Casting, and there were things that I was doing by myself. There were times when working with you all, and you are saying, "Yo, Phil, you got it," and I'm like, "Yeah, I got it," and you leave, and then I'm controlling and basically closing it all out at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that responsibility was given to me to carry out. But it's so many funny stories that I have. One of them was the Mariah Carey Rick Ross shoot.
Mm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
leaving there with a contact high. There was so much
Oh yeah.
marijuana up in that place.
Oh
Not by
yeah.
us. Just
Not
to be
us, not
clear.
us. I'm just saying, but you know, Rick Ross. I'm not. It's not. But you know, but there was so many other experiences we have. But you know, and
Yeah.
that's why I said this is the office that we get it done. It's not about. It's not about the pageantry of it. It's not about the name of it. Trust me. When you see River Red's name attached to anything, they've put in the work. They've stayed up nights. I got the battle scars, feet, hunger pains. Oh.
Where was it? I drove out. Where was that? Were we in East New York? And you had me eat. Where was that?
Can I mention taking East New York?
It's not called that anymore, but yes, you can. I'm getting attacked by my dog.
All right, it was taking
Sorry.
East New York. I was the only one on set for that morning. Oh, it was background, it was principals, it was kids, it was all of that going on. I don't
Did
think
everything.
I don't think I had eaten that day.
You had not.
It was around maybe about 5 o'clock. I've been through hell. I haven't eaten. My feet are like whoom, 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 whoom. You know, like the big toe from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. That's how my feet was. And Serena came in. I was like a kindergartner that just saw his mommy walk through the door, and I was like, Serena. I said, I haven't eaten.
Oh.
All kind of craziness just happened. I ain't gonna mention the craziness, but all kind of craziness just happened on this set.
Yep.
I said, she's like, all right, I'm gonna take you to. I think we went to Boston Market. I'm gonna take you to Boston Market. Let's go. All right, you need to ride home. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, do I have to come back tomorrow?
I mean, we have fun. We have fun. That was a special situation, but
yeah,
you know, we have fun.
But let's talk about there's a couple of other things I wanted to discuss, but like definitely well, before we even move on to the harder they fall, because I know that's like really big right now, but I want to ask you, there have been so many people who have come through the ranks, who have passed through, you know, and I think that's what a lot of the viewers don't really understand is that before you see them, we've already have history and we've cultivated relationships with a lot of people that you see on television now.
Right.
So is it okay? Could you name any people that have come through River Red and TEC that you can say, wow, you know, I remember before he got there, or I remember before she got there?
Yeah, if
Phil John.
Phil John. I knew him when. I remember when he used to
climbing.
roller skate to my parents' house. No, true story. Yeah, I wish Tuffy was on because one of them would be Michelle Rodriguez. So she was a background actor for us on Summer of Sam, and there was a big cattle call scene at CBGB's when CBGB's was a thing. And she wasn't really taking things seriously and by her own admission. And then I don't know for anyone who's ever heard her talk about her girl fight experience, she wasn't going to go to that audition. She was like, I'm going to blow this off. I've been auditioning. I don't get roles, whatever. And she decided, let me just see what happens. And she went and she became Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah. So that's one that, you know, we could say, if you watch Belly close enough, you will see me as an extra. And I you know, Candy, Prada Princess 8 pointed this out in the comments. We've done this. We've been there, right? So you'll see me in the background sitting at a table with someone, and that someone is Dorian Missick, who
yes.
I came up with just through the ranks. Al Thompson's another one. He's all over he's everywhere. He's doing big things. So yeah, there's a few that we look at and that we talk about a lot. And people that are still part of our kind of, you know, like our circle, or that are, you know, still part of our, you know, extended family. So just a few, but those are a couple. But there's a lot more and a lot more success stories that you may not recognize their names really, but they're still quite successful in the things that they do. You know, some people went on to do more photography, go into the makeup, on the makeup side of things, went behind the camera. There was a girl that used to be an intern at our office a long time ago, and she is now a producer and has done some, you know, pretty notable things. So, you know, we out here. There's people.
Yeah, and to that point, like for example, Jacob Berger.
Jacob Berger's another one.
Came through our casting. You know, he's submitted for a couple of things in the past, and we've hired him on a couple of things, you know, back in the day, and now he's a really successful content creator. You know what I mean? So, and his IG is exploding. So
let's get to the harder they fall, because I know that's what everybody really wants to talk about. Let's get to the harder they fall.
Talk about what?
The harder they fall. Now on
that.
And it was #1 like first week, I believe that it hit Netflix. So how did all of that come about?
Day one.
What was
Day
that
one,
like for you?
So I almost turned down The Harder They Fall. Honestly, because this was 2019, at end of 2019 when we got the call.
Wait, Tuff is in the room. Do you want me to bring him in? Can he come in?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect timing.
Tuff. If you want to come in, just hit me up. Here we go. Hold on. Let's see if I get this right.
Uh-oh.
A bomb is going to go off in Berlin.
Here he comes. There he is.
Ah!
Wait, hold on. I feel left out. Should I go get my hat?
I got 4. This is my first. All right, cool. I'm excited because this is my first time doing it this way. So, Tuff, welcome.
I love y'all. Thank you. I walked in right as Terence said, I almost turned down The Harder They Fall. Yes.
Yes.
That's perfect timing.
So yeah, Tuffy got the call to do The Harder They Fall in New Mexico. And he hit me up and was like, you know, he explained it to me and was like, you know, I want you to partner with me on this. And I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just got out the hospital for hypertension. And obviously stress is a huge part of high blood pressure. So I was like, you know, this seems like a lot of stress. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I'd be with Tuffy though. You know what I mean? It's like this is the funniest guy on the planet. Like this is Tuffy. This is all fun all the time. So I was like, hey, let's do this. I'm with you, bro. And listen, from day one, yes, there was stress for everybody because we were shooting during the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But from day one, it was nothing but fun and laughs on top of the work. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's the family component here.
What specifically were you looking for as far as look and energy when it came down to looking for people to cast for that project? Black
people.
That's it.
I'll let Tuff answer that.
Yeah. Well, I want to know there's a story behind that. So please
listen. Terence will tell you clearly. Anyone who didn't look like me, you, or Serena, Phil, me, you, and Serena were not right for the film The Harder They Fall. The director made it quite clear that he didn't want any brown paper bags on his set.
I got you.
Us light brights were represented, okay? We were still represented.
We were. Yeah. But he wanted to speak to the.
I think that it was a beautiful. Just the heavy melanin in the film brought a richness to it.
And that's what James wanted to speak to. And plus the authenticity of Black cowboys in those days. It was just a lot of darker people. So yes, we come in all beautiful shades, but this was one of those projects where we needed, you know, as brown as we can get.
Right. So what have been some of the feedback that you've gotten from the project from people in the business?
Cool.
They love it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of it was just an awkward silence, and y'all know I just jump in. So
Yeah.
and I will say this, on The Harder They Fall, I really was, kind of part-time in the background, and just seeing what all the different people were, all the different department heads, all the different departments were putting together, what they were doing. It was kind of magical, if I'm being honest. It really was. I mean, I only went to set a couple of times because it closed sets, COVID, the whole thing. But just seeing how it was like you drove into the 1700s, the 1800s.
Right.
So, the reception, has been really great across. It's already won some awards. Another award came in today. I just saw James posted another award won. So the reception's been great.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten so many people who have said they watched it 2 and 3 times. So
Yeah.
we had people that came over to watch it. They went to the movies to watch it. They came over again to watch it. Like it's so crazy how it's come to pass. Like, this is just so great.
What I found beautiful about it is that it's simply a Western. It's a story. There's no subliminal messages. There's no political undertones. It's just a story. So if you're going in looking at just a good Western and a good story, you're not going to be disappointed from it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And it brings, like I said, it brings such a richness to it. So let me ask you a question. This is kind of like a very it's a high moment for the casting office. What do you see next? What do you want to do next?
Everything. We are poised to do everything we choose to do moving into this new year. We are prepared for River Red Films, One Umbrella Productions. We are about to start producing. We're gonna have a director's unit. We're gonna have a component for every aspect of filmmaking, and we're ready to do that. I apologize for coming in late. I'm at one of the West Side Story screenings downtown, and by the way, phenomenal film. I can't tell you enough.
I can't wait to see that.
It's so good. I walked out of it because I love y'all, but the best scene for me so far was in America, Bananas, phenomenal.
Ooh.
Colors.
Sure.
The song performance was great. Right now they're doing Officer Krupke, and I hear it, and I'm a little sad that I'm missing it. But I love
tough. If you gotta go, bro, thank you for stepping on, man.
Listen, I had to tell them I was going to the bathroom. I'm sitting next to the entire wardrobe department from the film, and thankfully I'm on the end. But I love y'all.
Thank you.
Tell y'all.
Let's talk about those classes that we talked about. I'm interested in seeing what we could come up with.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
We have a lot on our plate, and what I love about what's on our plate is there's a bowl and another mixing bowl and 14 others to consider. So please be prepared.
Thank God for that.
It was about to be a different type of life.
Thank God for
Mike,
that.
that was his mic drop moment.
Yeah.
I'm with you, brother.
I love y'all. I want to listen. I'm sorry I'm missing this, but I love y'all. Terence, Serena, you know how.
Love you, bro.
Love you more.
Ball game.
Love you,
Phil, you know you my dude. Let's do some things. Y'all finished? Now I'm getting loud. I realize I'm getting from inside.
Go back to watch the movie.
I love it.
Enjoy it.
Later, guys. God bless.
God bless.
God bless, bro.
I don't know how to leave. Oh, there it is.
You got it. Good. All right, man. Look, I feel like I'm getting through this, and there's a lot of things. It's 8:29, and we just kind of like midway through The Harder They Fall. So what I wanted to know after this is like, I'm sure that because this movie is so successful, you're gonna have a plethora of different interests coming in, meaning actors, and not everybody wants to know, because actors have that "how do I get on" mentality. Somebody put me on. There's no way on. You got to work your way on.
Mm-hmm. Say it again. Say it again, Phil. Say it again.
There is no way to get on.
So.
Period.
Put in that work.
No way. You work your way in. And you do the work. People will notice. If not, you're wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
Everybody worked hard to get here. This wasn't just overnight. This is years of getting to this point.
Yeah.
So that's why when you see other people in the industry, when you see us stand up and you see us applaud and you see us give each other flowers, it's because we understand that we've all put in the work. We've watched each other's journey, and that's the important part of it.
Right. Yep.
It's truly the important part. So with that, has there been an influx of new interests in, like, well, you know, emails and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've gotten
From
a lot of
actors?
I've gotten a lot of actors who hit me up on social media, who hit me up on IG and Facebook. I've gotten, you know, emails from people even from the past that we worked with in the past, or who have communicated with us in the past that are coming back just to let us know what they're doing, which we get a lot of anyway. Like a lot of actors will email us and say, hey, you know, I was just in this, check it out, or, you know, or invite us to like live shows or something that they're doing. But yeah, we've gotten a
Okay,
lot
so
of
now let me
emails for
ask you
this
this.
and the
How
Hallmark joint.
often can you make it out to a live show?
Can or will?
Uh,
It's still COVID out here. It's still COVID out here. So
it's been tough. I will say this, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I can remember maybe 4 times I've gotten an invite that I wanted to make, but I was working.
Got you.
I was either working on a music video or a web series. So that was like years ago. But the times that I remember, I'm like, damn, I want to do that. And it was like, oh, tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't do that. But it's not often.
What would be the best way then for an actor to reach out to you? What would be the best way? How would they, if they wanted to connect or send a headshot or send a resume, how would be the best way?
To email us on at riverredpro
or go to the
at
Facebook page.
gmail.com. She keeps saying Facebook page. Or go to the website. The website, www.river-red.com.
The Facebook subscribers.
That's the website.
The website. Yeah. So let's go to Sugar.
So subscribe to the website and
What he said.
Yeah.
Sugar Plumb Twist. Sugar
Yes.
Plumb Twist.
I'm ready.
See how she perked up?
How did that happen? Because, you know, I've always wondered how the Hallmark, you know, the connection with a lot of people who have been doing some good work on Hallmark. How did that become a project that you guys started working on?
So shout out to our homegirl, Carrie Lee. She's a producer.
Carrie.
You know Carrie.
Yes.
Yep.
She's always hustling. She's always working. Talk about coming up in the ranks. She works all the time.
I call her the hardest working producer in the game.
Yeah, she's all over it. So she she does it all the time. She sees things and she sends it, and she's like, "Hey guys, if you're looking for work, here's something I saw that you might want to look into." So she sent something, and you know, T reached out, and like I said, I'm still in the background. I'm doing other things, and so that's how that lead came in. And then when they reached out, sent the website link and everything to them, they got the call, and then at the tail end of making the deal, the woman wrote an email and was like, by the way, this is a Hallmark movie, and I still didn't know.
Yeah.
And then they put me on FaceTime and they were like, hey, by the way, it's Hallmark. And then they watched me freak out for a little while. It was fun. I freaked out through the whole shoot. I really did. I fangirled the whole shoot.
Hallmark seems to be like the you know, it's like once you get in, it seems like they keep, there's like a relationship they establish. So is it fair to say that in the future that there will be more Hallmark projects that you guys will be working on?
I mean, if they come,
it seems to be it seems to be coming to that.
I'm looking forward to that. Because
we had a lot of fun, and they really loved us. So you know, it was great. We loved who we worked with, and that's a beautiful thing. So hopefully, we get more from them.
Yeah, and it was a great movie for us too because it was about a Latina ballerina, Puerto Rican family. Hello. Um, I went to LaGuardia for dance before I had to re-audition, right? So it was just me. I was like, and I even told her, I was like, this is me. This is my family. These are my people. Like, this is me. I'm excited about this. It's Hallmark. Um, so, you know, I also feel like they also saw the joy, um, and a different level of it, a different side of it. So the same way we talk about how we feel about, the actors and the work we put in, I think for this one also the director and the producers really saw how much it meant to us to actually like do this. And there were a lot of actors, it was on their bucket list also. We had a guy come in from like Maine because he was like, I can't pass up an opportunity because the women in my family who are fans of the genre will never forgive me if I pass up this opportunity. So we had people offering to fly themselves in from Texas, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I could do, so
Yeah.
I think between all, like I said, the executive producers noticing that people were coming up from New York, seeing how much we enjoyed it, the communication, like we had a really good time. And so like Terence said, I think that they saw that and they were like, hey, we should do some more of this. And we were like, yeah, and let us know. So we're just going to put that out in the universe that yes, there are going to be many, many more and we are here for it.
And I
And
think
those
will.
I will be there for.
and also Hallmark gives you that kind of like the feel good, wholesome stories. Like the movies there are really safe, family, and safe to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Real quick, Phil,
Yes.
I just want to say, I want to thank you. Like, sincerely, I want to thank you for doing this because,
Okay.
like, with all the press that surrounds films, it like, where do you see the extras casting people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't see us. So I thank you for doing this because, you're basically giving us a voice. You know
Nah.
what I mean? To
For
speak
one.
on the
also
work that we put in. It's a lot of
and
work.
also the background actors, right? Because
Yeah.
it's showing them, what goes into it and giving the reality. So yes, thank you, Phil.
Yeah. And no, but you guys are family to me.
Definitely.
There's industry people, and then
Mhm.
there's you. And I say that sincerely because we're connected outside of just doing business.
Right,
I
right.
think one of the things that I'll never forget is that you guys showed up at my grandmother's funeral, and that
Mhm.
meant a lot to me that you were
Mhm.
there. You understand? And I
Yeah.
and I and I think I knew Tati before she was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They remember. I remember EJ Bourne. I was telling T the other night when we were talking, I'm still looking for the car seat, and the car seat's not there no more. It's like
No,
Yeah.
times have changed. Things are different now.
things are
So,
different now.
so for me, it's not even a matter of I don't ask questions when you call me. It's just a matter of time. Can I do it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not I don't go into the details. Sometimes I don't find out the details till later. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all trying to pay it? You trying my brother? No,
And
that's
we
good. I
appreciate
could have
you.
took a dinner and a drink, but that's good too. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
and
That's what's
I
up.
think that also speaks to kind of who we are as casting directors, right? As people, because even the people that we had in Santa Fe with us, like we will never. That's a bond. That's a thing, right? And like, I don't know if Markeith is still in here, but one of the things he said to me, when we were out to eat, and he was like, I'm not sure if this is you because you're not yelling right now. And I was like, yeah, like we all have a thing, and everybody that knows us knows who we are, right? I'm just a loud person. Um,
but let me
and
just
and
say
we
this:
appreciate that. What?
the look is deadlier than the loudness. The look, yo, I'm
That's a
telling you,
fact.
I still remember that look. I can tell you,
What?
I was on a live with Julian Quinones telling him the story, and I actually did the whole reenactment. of it.
I mean,
I realized I would never, ever, ever, ever do that again. You know what I'm saying? I know when to play my position.
and you ended up on the show anyway,
I
right?
ended up
So
on the show
you got it. Not from that. But anyways, getting back to this, it's one of those things where like we didn't meet as family. We became that, right? And I feel like it's the same thing even like with the people we had in Santa Fe with us. It's the same thing with anybody that really works with us. It's like once we get in, we're in. Like that's that's just how we rock. And there's people I could reach out to right now that worked for us 10 years ago. And it's still love. It's still good, right? And I don't y'all are making fun of me, but like I don't do this full time. I don't do this like I used to, right? So that's kind of what I think motivates us to keep doing this too. It's this chick. Sorry, my dog came on my lap to steal my socks, like literally because she sees me busy. So I do want to point that out that yes, we are family, but it didn't start that way. And my point there is that that's how we roll, right? We are just those people. What you see is what you get, right? What you see is what you get. So, and thank you for everything that you have done for us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Truly. Before I let you leave, I got to get this in. So I have my 5 questions I ask every guest that come in.
Gotcha.
Okay, so are we both answering these 5 questions, or are we taking turns?
I would like this here individual answer from both of you, if you can.
Okay.
All right. So let me ask you, what do you know about the industry now, opposed to when you first entered the industry? What do you know about it now? What have you learned about it now that you didn't know prior to coming in?
I could go first. I don't even know that it's that I learned it so much as it changes so frequently that you have to stay on top of stuff a lot more now. But it moves a lot faster than it did before. Social media, streaming has changed the game. So I think it's, again, not so much about learning the industry, but learning the new rules and how to apply them with these newfangled interweb things.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say.
Nothing that I really learned, or that I've learned recently that I didn't know before. I can't really think of anything. Like the only thing I can say is I've never been, and this may not have much to do with this, but I've never been in on a project very early. Like we were in the Heart of They Fall, and so to learn all the beginnings, watching the art department work and watching weapons and all that stuff and all that stuff, that's something that I've learned about making movies that I've never known before. Like I know these things happen, but I've never seen it.
James is awesome.
James is incredible. That's my brother. Peace to the gods. He's a genuine dude. He's a man of his word. I'll say that. And I call him a genius, but he doesn't like me to call him a genius. He's like, they could keep the genius. I'm a G. So that's my G.
Yeah.
And he sure is. Yeah. And I know him the least, but he's just such a great person to be around. Like, yeah. Anyway, question number 2.
What advice would you give your 19-year-old self?
Oh. Stay with it. That's what I would say.
Marry that girl that comes into the office. And
question number 3, Phil.
Marry that girl that comes into your office in Wall Street. No, I would tell my 19-year-old self, don't let the negative get to you. Stay positive.
Amen. Truly for that. What feeds your spirit?
What feeds your spirit?
What feeds your spirit?
My family. All of them.
I'm not going to say anything else. My family.
You can say something else.
My dog.
What
What the hell are you talking
lying.
about?
What would you like your legacy to be?
I would like my legacy, whatever it is, to be viewed as kindness, given to the people around me. I would like there to be a lot of happiness and joy around it, and I would like to make it a better place for my kids, and not just for my kids, but for all the people that I love and care about. So however that manifests, that's what I would like my legacy to be.
I'll go to the company side of things. I'll speak to the legacy of River Red, and I will say, I would like for the people we worked with, mainly our actors, to say they fought for us. They're genuine. They're the real deal.
And lastly, what are you grateful for?
I already gave you that answer.
Family.
I feel, yeah.
Okay.
Family,
I'm
friends.
grateful for Phil John.
Health.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm grateful
Thank you, brother.
for you as well. Thank you so much. I wanted to make sure that I got my questions in before.
Great question.
Oh, definitely.
It is now 8:47.
I'm still awake. I haven't yawned yet. I'm good.
Tell you all that. So, I think with The Harder They Fall, and now Sugar Plum Twist on Hallmark, and so many other great things that River Red has done in the past, I'm looking forward to see what comes next. I feel very positive about the future, and more so than I've ever had before, because I feel like everything is with divine timing. So I think that this is a new and exciting new chapter that we're moving ahead and going forward in. So is there anything that you would like to share that is not letting the cat out the bag that you could share with us?
Not letting the cat out the bag.
No, I don't.
No. Okay, everybody on NDA.
Love you, Phil.
Yeah.
No,
There's
just nothing to share. Just nothing to share.
Okay.
I will say we do have projects coming.
Okay.
Possibly in January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But nothing juicy.
Okay.
Nothing juicy that obviously won't let the cat out the bag, because there's some cats in it.
Okay, I got you. I got them. Let them grow. Let them grow.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out to do this.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I tried not to get into the whole actory. If you want to know more information, you got to hit them up at like Actors Connection or the next workshop that they happen to be at. But I want to thank you for doing this. I appreciate you guys so much. Like I said before, you have been like the roots. A lot of things that I learned about casting and the process of the casting, I learned from you. So I appreciate that. So it supported me, opportunities to make money on my end as well. So for that, I'm deeply, deeply grateful for you. And just the family connection too. The times that I've spent with Serena's dad teaching me how to live, in the basement. So I appreciate that. And it's always when I think of you guys, it's always work. It's always a pleasure, and it's always good food involved. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Any last words from you guys?
And thank you for giving us a voice, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I think this is just the beginning.
I will say one last thing.
Yes.
for aspiring actors out there. Put background work on your resume. I hear so many people asking, like I see it on Facebook all the time in these actor groups, people asking, you know, should I put my background work on my resume? Put it on your resume. It shows you have experience on a set.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Don't look down on any part of acting.
Have 2 resumes.
Yeah.
I have well, it's 8:50. I want to let you go, but I have a young lady who is actually she works with background on all of the episodics, most of the episodics here in New York. She just did New Amsterdam. I would love to bring her on, but I know she'd probably curse me out if I did because it was not planned. So I'm not going to do that. But I would love to establish a connection between you and her. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's good. Yeah. So, and I think that's good. Put it on your resume, because a lot of times, from what I understand, during the pandemic, the background actors were being kind of like recycled to be used because they didn't want to bring any new people on. They had to test.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a whole other live in and of itself, but yeah, that's probably something we should look at next time.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Thanks, I can't believe you got me on live, Phil.
Listen, I've been struggling. This has been a long time coming. I've been trying since y'all were in Santa Fe. I think that's the last time I spoke to you, and I called you and asked if you wanted to do it. Y'all was out of town.
I passed it to Tuffy, but
and Tuffy came on and did it last
month. Was that long ago?
No, it was before the summer. It was in spring.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for having us.
No, thank you. We'll talk.
Thank you, brother.
God bless.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
God bless.
See you.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Week. God bless.
Love you, Phil. Bye.
Love you too.